On behalf of National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism, inspired by Vishwa Samvad Education Foundation, I, Jaideep Kumar, welcomes you to this new episode of Achhi Khabar. Adani Transmission Limited on Friday announced that it has received the letter of intent for the acquisition of a renewable energy evacuation system under Khavod Bhuj Transmission Limited, worth 1200 crore. Along with this, the company also backed the acquisition of Karur Transmission Limited in Tamil Nadu, worth 200 crore. The company informed that it had won both projects through the traffic-based competitive bidding process. Moving on to the next news. Electric automaker Tesla will update its vehicle software to prevent drivers from playing video games while the car is in motion. They said that the passenger play feature will now remain locked and unusable when the vehicle is in motion. The matter was looked into after a complaint was filed against the company, claiming that it is a highly distracting feature that can lead to major accidents. Moving on to the next news. The Maharaja Express is back on track after a prolonged break of 10 months due to the pandemic. The development signals the arrival of foreigners, tourists, as they are the primary user of these special trains. The Maharaja Express service began in 2010 and is running successfully even today. According to the latest report, the upcoming trips are running in full occupancy with each train carrying more than 70 passengers. The train will depart at Delhi for Agra. Moving on to the next news. Andy Murray fans as tournament organizers announced on Thursday that former world number 1 has been awarded a main draw wildcard at the Australian Open 2022. Talking about his spectacular record, he owns a 48-13 record at the season first major, where he has reached the final 5 times. Murray said, "I'm really excited to be back playing at the Australian Open and grateful to Craig and the team for the opportunity. I had some great times in Australia playing in front of the amazing crowd, and I can't wait to step back out on court at Malibu Park." Murray underwent hip surgery following his 2019 Australian Open appearance. The 46-time tour level titleist is currently number 134 in the ATP rankings, and he is renowned for his fighting spirit, passion and love of the game. I'm delighted to welcome him back to Malibu in January. Australian Open Tournament Director Craig Tiley enthusiastically said.
Thank you, Jaideep. Surat jail inmates can earn up to 20,000 a month. A far cry from cramped, bug-infested jails of yore is the Surat Central Jail of Government of Gujarat. Some significant reforms have been made for its inmates. Now, there is abundant space of academic and vocational training. The building is now also used for revenue generation department. Following an earning model developed by the prison authorities, inmates can earn up to 20,000 rupees a month. There are ample opportunities that allow them to earn money for their families, even when they serve out their sentences. In the Lajpur jail, men work on diamond grinders and looms while women stitch laces in saris. Deputy jailer SP Narvane said that the diamond unit started functioning back in 2017. Every day, the prisoners cut, polish and hand over these diamonds to the authorities, who then send it to the firms. All salaries of jail inmates are deposited in the bank accounts. Many prisoners have worked here and have become experts in the field. Manji Jadhav works here as a manager and earns around 20,000 a month. Coming up from the cultural quarter, we have some news which happens to be beyond religion. A Muslim schoolgirl learns Bhagavad Gita. Religion is no barrier in attainment of spiritual knowledge. Musharraf Khan from Madhya Pradesh's Chhindwara district is a perfect example of this. The class 8 student can recite shlokas from Bhagavad Gita with elan, much to the delight of her parents and students. Musharraf started learning the holy Hindu scriptures as a part of memory retention training technique, and now she and her parents are proud that she has imbibed the tenets of another religion. Using the memory retention technique taught by her abacus and Vedic mathematics teacher Rohini Menon. She says, "Musharraf is one of my best students. I gave her 3 options to showcase her memory retention technique: memorizing the entire dictionary, memorizing Constitution of India, or learning the Bhagavad Gita. Here is some news from the entertainment industry. Anil Kapoor joins Hrithik Roshan and Deepika Padukone in The Fighter. On the occasion of his 65th birthday, veteran actor Anil Kapoor announced that he will share the screen space with Hrithik Roshan and Deepika Padukone in the upcoming film Fighter. Welcoming him on board, Hrithik took Instagram and wrote, "Happiest birthday to the man who grows younger each year in spirit and health. From witnessing your legendary presence on set as a mere assistant to finally having an opportunity sharing the screen with you. Super excited for Fighter." Later, Anil also thanked Hrithik for his kind words and expressed joy in working with the former actor and the team. Here's a collective beat from the e-waste sector. Attero, an e-waste recycling firm, is planning to invest a budget of about 300 crores in a bid to increase its lithium-ion battery recycling capacity by 11 times to 11,000 tons by the end of 2022. According to the marketer estimates, India generates more than 50,000 tons of lithium-ion battery waste every year, and it is growing to the range of 40 to 80% depending on different models used for computing electric vehicle growth in India. By the end of 2022, the company will be around 22% of the current market size, and in terms of tons, it would be 11,000 tons. Lithium-ion batteries turn hazardous when they come towards the end of their life cycles and need to be treated in environment-friendly manner. Almost 70% of world's cobalt region is mined in the Congo region, which is known as the Child Labor Terrorist Regiment. At the current consumption rate, the world will run out of cobalt by 2030. Therefore, recycling and reusing these batteries is not only a good thing to do from the environmental perspective, but also supply and security issues. Almost 30% of value for lithium-ion batteries come from metals that make it, and India does not have any reserves for cobalt or lithium. By ensuring that recycling infrastructure in the country can grow and meet India's current local demand, the company wants to make India Atmanirbhar in the battery materials. Lastly, some news from the economic sector as well. The union budget may announce a scheme to help cut the nation's total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons and reduce the economy's carbon intensity to less than 45% by 2030. The scheme tentatively is named the Roadmap for Sustainable and Holistic Approach through National Energy Efficiency, or Roshni. It is expected to run for 9 years by 2030. According to the Prime Minister, the proper justice would be that countries which do not live up to their promises made on the global finance must be pressured too. India is also working on a multi-pronged approach to reduce carbon emissions, including a concerted push for electric mobility. Maharashtra is looking to deregister fossil fuel-powered vehicles in the starting of 2030. The plan is to also involve registering only non-emission causing vehicles, which will be e-vehicles. This is me, Vidhi Shukla, signing off, and that was all from us in today's episode of Achhi Khabar. Stay tuned for more updates from us.